What up, guys? This is Collin over here at the WHOA GNV podcast. We just had these guys from Hyppo right here, Steven and Kyle in the house. It was an epic podcast, and of course, I got my main man over here, Ty.
What's up?
Chilling.
And so we wanted to do a little special edition of the side hustle. It's been a couple weeks since we've done a side hustle or so. So I thought we would do so. But we have a couple special guests. We have Weston and Noah. These are University of Florida students in the house, and they are actually starting a business, right? So, do you guys have a name of your business yet?
New Wave Influence.
New Wave Influence is the name of their business. So I thought it would be cool to let them ask you guys a couple of questions because you've been there as a student. You know what it's like.
Yes.
So I'm gonna let you guys come up to this mic right here and ask a question. Who wants to go first?
I can.
All right, here we go, Weston.
So, in regards to being a college student and transitioning into jobs in the future and all of that, we talk about entrepreneurship. Some people refer to it as jumping out of an airplane and building a parachute on the way down, that kind of metaphor. I feel like a lot of people who are apt to put in the 80-hour, 100-hour a week jobs that entrepreneurs have to do typically go the classic route of success because they don't want to jump out of that airplane, and there's a fairly straightforward way to go. What would you say to a college kid who, has that ability to go the classic route of success, get the job, have a comfortable life? What would you say for him or her to jump out of that airplane and learn how to build that on the way down and make that a little bit more feasible to do, and just to push out of the airplane, if that makes any sense?
Yeah, well, I really think this all goes back to motivation. Mm-hmm. What motivates you? And so if you're motivated by security and like a stable salary and really predictable lifestyle, then obviously the classic route is probably where you should go. If you're like risk averse, go a risk averse route. And so, but if you've got the itch and you want something more risky and you're motivated by that, then you really just have to take the leap. But I think it really comes back to motivation. Another way to say it is passion. People are like, what are you passionate about? But passion can manifest in a lot of different ways. So I think it's like, what motivates you? And if doing something creative, doing something with your own hands, doing something that's yours is like just something that is just something you're laying awake at night thinking about, then you probably need to rethink the classical route and start thinking about getting somewhere that's a little looser, a little more risky. Mm-hmm. There's obviously a chance for failure, but you just have to jump. And I think one of the biggest things I would recommend to people is jumping in with both feet. Don't try to keep the day job and do the side hustle as much. If the side hustle you want to be your main hustle, mm-hmm. That's just my opinion. There's a lot of things that only work in full measure, and if you've studied chemistry at all, it's like there's an activation energy, right? Mm-hmm. There's certain reactions that won't happen unless you give them enough energy, and entrepreneurship is definitely one of those.
Chemistry references, I like it.
That's really good.
A little science relation.
I just kind of have a question on just the expansion of social media for you guys. As we see it like rising up and obviously becoming more popular, when did you guys notice that you guys needed to start marketing in certain ways versus, I feel like television ads aren't as effective as now Instagram and Facebook page and stuff like that. Who did you work with and how did you guys realize that this is the way we need to go rather than just going the traditional route of marketing?
So I'd love to take credit for being like really smart at having figured that out. But the truth is we just started like a Facebook page for the company in 2010. And then, people wanted to follow it. And so people were asking like, hey, do you have a Facebook page? Like, I guess we should make one. And then, eventually we like started an Instagram too. We're like, I guess people are into this Instagram thing now. But that was years ago. And now we have a full-time staff person that's her only job is social media director, and she manages Instagram, Facebook, and responding to all of the inquiries in our accounts. She's working with other influencers and holding these media nights, and like it's its own thing. And we love it because it is a very accessible way for us to communicate with our primary audiences, which are using those platforms. We're not selling we're not selling products that are primarily targeted at people like above 65, even though obviously we get a lot of people in. So the people that we're targeting are using these platforms, and it allows us to choose our level of engagement. So on a given post, we're choosing our spend for like how many people do we need to reach with this. And so I really like that. I like that we can vary that. And with TV ads and traditional media, that was a lot more difficult, and the targeting wasn't there. So I would say we really like it. We definitely spend a lot of money. We give a lot of money to Mark Zuckerberg, that is for sure. We spend a lot of money on that every year. So Mark, you're welcome.
Awesome. He's gonna hear that.
Yeah, right. That was awesome. Any more questions?
No, I think
Good.
we covered everything. That's awesome.
Cool. Ty, you have anything for the side hustle?
I don't think so.
Cool. Hey, thanks again, guys. That was awesome. Appreciate it.
It's our pleasure.
We will see you next time on another episode of the Side Hustle. See ya.